Hey guys, how's it going? We have to take some plants down today. And I fear this is probably going to upset a few people, and so I am sorry if it does upset you. But we have to take down the clematis armandii today because in the next couple days I am getting some trees removed. So they came out, they gave us a quote. It was a great price to get the trees removed. I will go over all of that when they actually remove all of the trees. I'm going to show you guys that too. We are getting one tree on our property removed. We are paying for a tree to get removed on our neighbor's property. And then we are getting a tree cleaned up that's also on our neighbor's property, on a different neighbor's property. So we're getting a lot happening, and I'm very, very excited about it. But for that to happen, I have to do some cleanup. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So this is the very front of our house, and this is one of the trees that is getting removed. It is a massive privet tree, and I could not be more excited. Last time these tree trimmers were here, they took out a huge privet tree. It was actually in the backyard, and you could see it from right here. And so that they removed. They did such an excellent job. I was so excited about it. They also came in and they did trim this privet tree up for us. All the stuff that was hanging over, but it's got all of its berries. See all the berries that are on there? I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but it is covered in berries right now. And each one of these berries has the potential to become a brand new tree. And there are probably 455 million berries on just this one tree. So, she knows that if this gate's open and this gate's open, she can come hang out in the front yard. So she decided to do that. Anyways, they will be removing this privet tree on Thursday. Very, very excited about it. It is on our neighbor's property, but I want it gone more than my neighbors want it gone, and I offered to pay for it. And they said, yeah, sure, they don't like the tree anyways. And so very excited about that. And then the second privet tree, which I'm like 100% positive that this privet tree and that privet tree came from our old privet tree, because our old privet tree was much larger than these two were. The next one that we're removing is right back here. And these berries have turned purple, so I know that they're getting ready to drop, so I'm glad that they're removing it now. But in order for them to remove this tree, I'm a little bit sad about this one getting removed. But in order to remove it, I have to take out the clematis armandii because it is growing up into my redbud tree. I don't even want it growing in the redbud tree. It's growing into the privet tree. So I'm going to take it out. It doesn't look good down low like this. I'd rather just have some other vine that looks good down low. I think this one gets a little bit too much sun here. It fries every single summer. It's a bummer because it is a really pretty evergreen vine in our area. It's not the right vine. So I'm going to take it out. I'm actually just going to cut it back down low. Maybe I'll let it resprout for this next year. This means I'm going to cut off all of its blooms because it does bloom on old wood. So I am going to hack it back. I might let it regrow 1 year until I can find the right vine that I actually want for this space. But this has to come out, and I'm so sad because it is a beautiful multi-trunk tree. It's got 3 trunks to it. I'm sure it was just 3 seedlings that grew close to each other that never got pulled. But I do like the multi-trunk look to it. But that's also going to make it so that our property is very, very exposed. This does give us a pretty decent amount of privacy. And so I'm sad to see the armandii come down. It's so pretty. Look at this. I love the leaves. They're glossy, they're green, but they're not glossy and green when it's cooked and fried. So unfortunately, tree is coming out, but also not unfortunately. If you've never had a privet tree, I'm jealous of you because privets are just awful trees. They're garbage trees. The one that we used to have in the back, we used to call it the I hate you tree because I hated that tree. And they just drop seedlings absolutely everywhere. They're such a menace in the garden, and I'm constantly dealing with them. I can actually show you guys a pile of seedlings that have already started to come up in my garden. They're coming up year round. They come up all year long. It's annoying. And so I'm very excited to get these pulled. But I got to do a little bit of work so that these guys can get in here and they can pull the trees down without breaking anything. So if you see, look at right here, look at this. Privet tree, privet tree, privet tree, privet, 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 privet. All of these are privets. Everything right there. All of that is privet. So it's just ridiculous. I spend all year long weeding. They come up everywhere here. They come up in this bed. Look at this one. Oh, look at it right here. Front and center. Ugh. Look at how big this one is. It's ridiculous. So they're garbage trees. And our property had them when we first bought the place. And there was really nothing I could do about them until now I'm able to kind of like do something about it. We removed the last one. I want to say it was, I don't remember. It was over $1,000. It was a lot of money. I want to say it was like $2,000. That sounds correct, but it also might be wrong. I don't quite know. Anyways, I have to pull out the clematis armandii now. So here is our side yard, and I have these posts right here, and there's one there, and there's one over there. There's 3 of them, and I have lights going, and then my goal was to grow the clematis armandii. I really didn't think that I'd be getting rid of the privet tree for probably another like 5-10 years, but we found a local company, and they're so good to work with, and I've absolutely loved them. They're called Kimber Tree Services. If you're local and you need a tree removed, fabulous company. So I didn't think that we would be able to afford it. I found this company. They have reasonable prices, and I need to now do a little bit of work. I need to remove the lights, which is fine by me. I will eventually put the lights back up, but the wire that I used is single strand wire, and it's best to use the braided wire. I think it's either 3-strand or 5-strand braided wire, and that's what is best. I just didn't have any when I put these lights up. And so this means that we'll take the tree down, we'll take the clematis down, I can restring the wire, and then we can go from there, and I should be able to re-put the lights up at a later date. But for now, I gotta get the lights down, I gotta get the clematis down, because they're gonna be here in the next couple of days. That is a weird look. Holy cow. Not sure I love that, but I think it will be okay. I did end up just cutting this and just leaving it. It's going to need a serious cutback, but I want to wait. I want one more year of pretty blooms off this thing. So now I'm expecting some blooms, and this is just going to give us that evergreen interest that we're probably going to really need this winter time. This entire side yard is going to get a full rework. That is the goal. I would like to take everything out. I would like to just do hydrangeas on one side. I would like to have some type of hedge thing on the other side. I don't exactly know what that's going to entail, but yeah, this is weird. I now need to spend probably an hour getting the vine off of all the lights, and my yard waste bins are completely full, so we'll see how this goes. And you can see the lights, I just used this simple metal wire. The braided wire is much stronger, and then I just looped it through the eyelets that are on each individual light, And that made it really nice. As you can see, there's actually some of the braided wire right there. That's the wire you want to use, not that single wire. The single wire ended up actually snapping under the weight of all of this because it was so heavy. So it'll be nice to kind of redo everything and do it a little bit more proper. So I think I'm going to spend a minute and I'm going to pull off the lights off the vine and off the wire so I can put the lights away, and then we will go from there. It is so weird seeing that. It's been a long time since that's been completely open. Yeah, but it is. Okay, also, please don't judge me. We never finished painting our house. We need to buy new corbels so badly. They're so expensive and we have to buy 10 of them. Like, we're probably looking at like $3,000 plus just for corbels, but we need them so badly. Anyways, this is cleaned up. This is weird. It's interesting. My favorite thing? No, definitely not. But it will be nice because I will be putting in some new trees here. So next week, these guys should be gone. I mean, and these are some big trees, and you can see we've climbed up on the roof and we have removed it multiple times. It's a mess, but it'll be good. And then I noticed in the tree, I totally forgot about this. I have this creeping Jenny that I put in this terracotta pot that I had hanging. And so I've got to find somewhere to hang this. I have no clue where that's going to be at all. Actually, I think it would be kind of cool to hang it up on this right here on our doorway. I think that'd be kind of interesting, right? Hang it off the side right there. Then it drapes down. I want to pull the arb anyways. Let's do that. That'll be perfect. Guess who said they would do it for me? He said he was going to take care of it for me so I don't have to. Did a bug fly in your eye? Yes. There's so many mosquitoes right now. It's so bad. Right there. Perfect. I just saw 2 leaves fall off.
You're gonna see more.
I love that being there. But I had a thought, since we're in the stage of just removing things today and getting rid of them, I hear a crow. Since we're in the stage of removing things today, I'm gonna pull out the arborvitae. And that's probably gonna make some people mad. I don't like it. It's dying. It's fine there. I want the garden to be things that I love. I don't love that. And it's weird because it was totally green, and then the neighbors removed their rose that they had there, Ladybank's climbing rose, totally forgot the name of it. They removed it, and then I think it just got sunburnt because it went from like no sun to a lot of sun, and I think it just was a little bit of a shock. I'm sure it'll rebound, but I would rather have something else there. I'd rather have anything else there that, I don't know. I want something else. I'm over the arbs. I'm just over them. They gotta go. So I'm gonna do that today. We're just gonna pull it out. My yard waste bins are full, so I don't even have anywhere for it to actually go. And now look at them. Okay. The tree was super rooted in, which is kind of surprising because I just put it in the ground this springtime. This arb and the arb that's over there came from my front containers this last year. They were in there. They'd been in there for many years. I bought them and they were a third this size. Yeah, they were about a third the size. And so I let them grow in my containers for I think 3 or 4 years, and then I decided to put them in the ground here. I put them in the ground. I liked it. I didn't fully love it. I think I was just kind of over arbs at this point. If I had like an expansive amount of property, I think they'd be great. Or if I had them just as kind of like standalone plants, I think they would be great. Like, I like the idea of maybe like having one or something like that over on this side of the bed or something like that, which I already have. I have a really slim one over there. And the other issue is I don't know the variety of these ones. These were just the ones that you get during the holiday season. I used to buy plants, and I probably still should, after the holiday season, because these are the ones that always had like the red bows. They would come in the Christmas containers, and then they would be like 75% off. And so I think I got those for like a few dollars or something like that, maybe like $10 or something like that, you know? And so while I am sad to see these go, I'm not that sad about it. I'm definitely glad this one's gone. The burnt was just killing me. So anyways, it's gone. It'll be fine. I'm gonna put something way better in this place anyways than an arb. Something that's got zhuzh to it, I guess we should say. So our plan, because our yard waste container is so full and I have so much more fall cleanup to do. We do have 2 trash cans. We are going to be renting a trailer, and we're going to be renting a trailer after I pull all kinds of stuff out of the garden. We're going to just kind of make a big pile of everything and then rent a trailer and take everything out. So I think I'm not going to worry about, okay, I can't take this out because I don't have anywhere to put it. So this means this coming week is going to be a ladder removal. I do have rain in my forecast, so we'll see how that goes. But this week I do want I want a clean slate. I want annuals that are done to be done. I want to pull those. I want dahlias that are done. I want dead plants gone. I want dying plants gone. I don't save plants around here. I don't give plants to people because if you haven't heard, I do have worms. I have invasive worms, and I could not imagine giving somebody the worms that I'm dealing with in my garden. We are dealing with it. It is starting to get under control, and I'm finding less and less of them, which has been really nice. So I know that we are treating it and we are on top of it. We are using tea seed meal. We have Asian jumping worms, and they're invasive and they're terrible. They destroy your soil. They're not good for the garden. Yes, and then I do take out plants that I don't love. Just as a little PSA, if you enjoy keeping plants in your garden that you don't love, you do that all you would like. I do not keep plants that are not bringing me joy. I remove them and I find something that is bringing me joy. And I feel like we learn in our garden as we go. I have put things in that I'm like, I'm going to love this plant, and I put it in, and then within 2 seasons, I'm like, I don't think I loved it as much as I thought I loved it. And so then I take it out. And so gardening is a lot of learning about what you love, what you don't love, what you like, what you don't like, what you can tolerate, what you will not tolerate in your garden. And I've found that I no longer tolerate things that I don't fully enjoy in my garden. My garden is too small and life is too short to not enjoy every single plant in my garden. So that is going to be it for this video. I got to start figuring out where I'm going to make a pile of all these dead plants because I got a few of them. So thank you guys so much for visiting our garden and hanging out with us today. I feel it was pretty productive, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.